Where have the double revives gone from Cavalier Difficulty? You remember they were in last month. We can answer that particular question. 7 Star Shards are in uncollected crystals, arena crystals that are, when you dupe Punisher. Well, the 4-star one? Questions need to be answered. The Battlegrounds Alliance rank reward situation we've been covering on the channel has a very bad ending for these players. And Kabam Fire about 35 employees this week. Yes, hello everybody, welcome back to the Marvel Contest of Champions news show for Friday. Hey, Platinum Pool has events this week. That's some good news.
Don't shake the weighty! Don't shake the weighty!
Wow, weird Friday for you. What the heck's going on with you?
I've gotta go! Gotta take Sabretooth for a walk!
Remember to hit the like button and subscribe with post notifications on all. Now we begin the show with something that I've been covering for the best part of this week and I think the previous week as well. Something that's been going on for a very long time. And that is the wrong Battlegrounds Alliance rank reward. If you remember this story that we covered, it's all about players getting the same amount of points as any others, but getting less rewards. Something that if you experienced, you'll be very peed off with when you look to go, oh, here's my rewards, and gone, they're not as much for the same amount of points as other people are getting. Like imagine you as an alliance put up nearly 4 million points in Battlegrounds Alliance event just to find out that you get yourself, well, a lovely 81% to 100%. Eh? Especially when other alliances put up 159,400 and get 31% to 40%. Eh? How does that work? All that effort for less rewards. Now I really felt that Kabam would deal with this, especially with taking an interest in this thread early on, and what I hoped was the game team were actually going to look into it. And with this happening to such a small amount of players in one specific, on a little specific alliances, you kind of think, well, this is easier for Kabam on their time to sort these players out with the correct rewards that they should be giving out to them. Like they managed to deal with other people experiencing some issues with rewards not being correct against what happened in Gladiator Circuit in Season 1. So you kind of think, well, this is kind of like small amount of work in comparison. But as of, I think it's 2 days ago, there was, or late 2 days ago, the final say is this, and the thread has been closed down, with Jack saying, got word back from the game team. At this point in their investigation, the team has decided that no action can be taken to reissue these rewards. The analysis of data came back as inconclusive. How does it come back as inconclusive? There's literally evidence in the thread. There's evidence in the thread. There's visual evidence in the thread of the incorrect rewards. It boggles my mind, really. They will instead turn their attention to trying to ensure this issue does not reappear in the future. God, that is an L and a half. That is like a super L for Kabam right there. Yeah, I don't know really what to say about this. I feel really sorry for this alliance, HC Cannonball. I think it's HC Cannonball, maybe it's HCCB. I feel really sorry. I mean, how you can say the data is inconclusive is beyond me. It's right here in black and white. Well, colour. But look, 4 mil points gets position 81% to 100%. 159,400 points gets position 31% to 40% in the rank. Like, it's right there. It's caught in 4K. I really am just completely baffled by this. And as I said, I'm definitely disappointed in Kabam of like dealing with this, and I really feel sorry for these alliances that have been affected by it. Sticking with bugs and L's, and it's another L when it comes to this particular bug. So I saw this and I thought, this seems a bit ridiculous. So player says, I just opened some uncollected arena crystals, got a 4-star Punisher and already had him at max signature. The conversion gave me 275 7-star shards. Surely that's not intended. And you'd be like, oh God, what's happening now? And I was thinking to myself like, nah, this must be a bit ridiculous. It could be not. And people reminded us that there was kind of times where there was exploits of bounty missions. There's been a lot of exploits at times. I'm not saying this is an exploit, but what I will say is that Kabam have banned in the past against stuff like this. It's not uncommon, especially if anyone remembers the bounty missions and how those were exploited to get kind of like resources, rewards, shards and stuff. And yeah, it was kind of like, but it's scuffy time for MCOC. And I really wasn't hoping to see evidence in any kind of shape or form, and there's evidence of this. So as this player has opened up 80 of 90, well, not opened up 90 of the uncollected arena crystals, they've seen that, yes, indeed, that is the case, because there's 275 7-star shards. Yeah, it's there. This player says, I can confirm this as well. Not going to open more, obviously, but this one should just be a case where the removal of shards would be easy to do since no one is opening the 7-star crystals. Bit of a scuffy one, I must admit, to see that. I personally didn't think that this would be an actual bug. Maybe someone was just a bit I don't know, like mislooked or something like that, and it was their kind of mistake. No, it is actually a thing at the moment where 7-star shards are appearing when you dupe 4 stars. Oh dear, that is funny, not in a good way. At this stage, Kabam haven't responded to any of this thread just yet. This one, I think, was started off as of yesterday. And as Daniel Rand puts here, as I'm not a Kabam employee, nor even in the industry, I wouldn't presume to tell them how to do their job for my own career. I say that if my company continually published material that was in error, I would find new employees to produce said content. I also would never hold my customers responsible for mistakes that my company made. And that's just the thing, isn't it? Like, we would like these bugs and issues not to happen. And it has been a week where there's still Battlegrounds bugs that need to be addressed. I think Kabam are personally looking forward to the end of the season so they can get in under the hood and start, you know, getting things to a point where, you know, everything's fixed, everything's looking great. But these are still things that are a problem at Kabam, where they can't fix bugs as quickly as they arise, and maybe they're spending more time dealing with bugs than they are kind of looking at innovation and improvement and stuff like that. Possibly, I don't know, maybe they've got a good team to deal with that one, but again, as I said, it's the rate of bugs coming on to where they're dealt with and what type of bugs are dealt with as well, because would this be seen as an exploit, and how quickly would Kabam be to deal with this, and how quickly could they deal with this? So lots of questions still asked about that in a very kind of, you know, bad week for Kabam. And now we move on to talking about Cavalier Difficulty in a sort of good positive news. Well, as you know, we all liked the double revives in Cavalier Difficulty. We all liked seeing those health potions in Cavalier Difficulty, and I'm sure a lot of us would like to see, you know, more rarer or kind of like those, yeah, those kind of chunky amounts of revives. Like, you know, example for last month, where, you know, in Cavalier Difficulty we saw those there, and we were like, oh, double revives there. I was like, I'll have a bit of that. I'm sure we all said that one, not just me, in that kind of way. But of course, the question was asked to Kabam about this, saying like, oh, you know, will these return? They were really nice, you know, put them in. And Kabam Jax does respond and says, just got word from the team, the change seen in October's event quest will return in December. So apparently this is going to be once every other month for this. That's good news. That's funny, funky news. So that's good. I like to hear that. And also, ask the question, is it going to be permanent? Would be awesome if so. It seems all but inevitable. So, I don't know. Then if it was permanent, then why wasn't it in this month? Questions and answers. These are things we do. But look, it's going to be back in December. Thumbs up. Whether or not we'll see a new difficulty, I'm sure a lot of us are interested about seeing a Thronebreaker difficulty, but we have to see about these things. You see, we do have a bit of good news from time to time. Sadly though, we're going to end on some bad news. And sadly, it was announced on Wednesday that Kabam would be parting company and laying off 7% of its workforce to better align with its goals. Hate that. That is just so annoying to hear that. Go and check out the article, and the link is in the description if you want to give it a full read. We'll be taking snippets from it. Now, it's always sad when things like this happen, because these people could have, like, you know, like, it's a tough time. You know, people are paying mortgages. The interest rates are so high, mortgage rates are so high, everything's like high at the moment. So it's a really kind of like sad time when people have to like lose their jobs. unless, you know, they gross incompetence, you know what I'm talking about. Vancouver-based company informed the affected employees about this move earlier this week. So yeah, and also a statement is, I think it's from, it said from a person familiar with the development, said, as we at Kabam reviewed our strategic priorities, we made the decision to adjust our resourcing structure in alignment with our goals. This means that while we will continue to hire in key areas in the year ahead, unfortunately we are reducing our workforce approximately 7%. For those we are parting ways with, we are grateful to their contributions to our success and are supporting them through the challenging transition. So obviously that's from a spokesperson, and there's 500 employees, so it kind of puts it at about 35 people have roughly been let go from the company. This is potentially, you know, a problem. Will it be a problem for Marvel Contest Champions? It's unknown. Transformers, Forge to Fight, a few other games as well. If there were specific people that were around that, then, you know, that means that would be a logical workforce to be let go. If we're talking about aligning to certain goals, it could mean that they've taken what they seem to be dead weight in certain areas, cut that. Or, again, this is something that's quite important, is what if Kabam instead have cut a lot of dead weight in things like background administration? And that's something that, you know, I don't want to assume this because it could be administrative level. The same way you go, okay, well, do we need a canteen? No, then let's get rid of the canteen staff. You will have a load of vending machines. Those kind of things. Those aren't administrative level, but those are the kind of decisions that, you know, Kabam could make in order to streamline, save money, and do other things. Kabam are still hiring at the moment. It looks like they still plan to make new games because, like, as it says here, they're looking for an executive producer of an unannounced AAA project. So that could be a new mobile game. I mean, Kabam only do mobile games, so I can imagine that is just a mobile game. But the point I'm going to get to is that this might not be just like going, oh, it's to associate with Marvel Contest of Champions. Not necessarily, because there are different studios around Canada and America, from Vancouver, Montreal in Canada, and in America, San Francisco, Charlottetown, Austin, and Los Angeles. So they're very much kind of like in different areas. It could be cases distant workers, like other countries. It just doesn't work out for the locale side of things. Don't know, but it more than likely will not be Marvel Contest Champions. That game makes a hell of a lot of money on a monthly basis, so they wouldn't do that. They wouldn't do that. But, you know, we have to keep an open mind. We have to, you know, we've got to raise an eyebrow like The Rock, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, and go, yeah, what are you up to, Kabam? In any case, that has been the show for Friday. Don't know if I'm going to post another video today. I kind of feel I want to do my top 5 tips of the month video, which I normally do on a monthly basis. And I've got a really cool side quest counters video that I really want to work on and put together, which will probably be out, I don't know, say like Monday, second video Monday, possibly. I don't know. Maybe Tuesday. We'll have to see. So that's been a video. Thank you very much for watching. And also a massive thank you to those that support the channel as a YouTube member and as a patron. You're on screen right now. Thank you very much for that love and support. Also those that support on twitch.tv/RichTheMan live. I'm back playing MCOC. Probably going to do Battlegrounds tonight. We did Battlegrounds on, I think it was Tuesday. And I need to kind of blast through a hell of a lot of Battlegrounds between now and the end of the season. Very last minute, but hey, stuff happens. It's been a very busy time in MCOC and I've had to cover a lot of stuff. But in any case, that's been it. Check out some other content located on screen right now, and I'll see you in the next video, whenever that will be. Much love. Bye-bye for now.